different with it, and I don't know, like we haven't kind of done that one yet. It's all written and everything, but like I think personally, and this might be sacrilege to say so, but I think you've got to think about the movie first and about an adaptation second, because you know not everybody has read the comic, and like like some sort of like like some reviewers will kind of gen up on the comics when they know a movie is coming out just to kind of have an opinion on it, but I don't know, I think you just got to think about the movie first, and I think sort of some like movies that we all love that are like like say something like the Shining, which is a really, really well loved movie now. At the time, like people savaged it because it wasn't close to the book. 30 years later, nobody gives a shit. It's just like the book is one thing and the movie is another thing, I think. And I think that's the thing that like, and sometimes, I've like fans of books that the film is very different, but I hope, like sort of having been on the other side of it, I can appreciate when one thing has to be one thing and one thing has to be another. Of course, there are also films based on books that are just terrible. So, I don't know. I think sort of just, in terms of that particular thing, if it ever gets made, it's just the sort of the premise and what we could do with today's special effects, and like what me and Joe Cornish have written is something that's very different from the comics. But I think it kind of has to be in this day and age. I think sort of you can kind of start again, because not everybody has to have read 50 years of like Avengers comics to kind of keep up. Do you know what I mean? You've got to assume that most people going in don't know anything. I'd say like 90% of the audience of Iron Man, 95% have never read an Iron Man comic. And so you've got to make a movie that people can get without having to do any like sort of cliff notes, Thank you very much.
I have a question on Ant-Man.
Hello.